Well, it's early in the morning, and today, hopefully, I'm going to get my CS BMW M2 M Performance rear spoiler put on the car, and I have not seen the CS version of the spoiler anywhere. It's got a notch in it. It should be nice. We'll take a look at it. My thoughts are with this car that I've pretty much put on the M Performance carbon fiber packages thinking that the M2 might not stay in production for too long, maybe another year or so for North America. The emissions control in Europe, I think, as I've been hearing on a lot of the blogs, may have something to do with some of the changes that are coming, so the M2 could be falling prey to that. I don't know. Check the information, because I'm learning like you are. But with that in mind, I kind of feel that the M Performance carbon fiber parts are going to be hard to get for the car unless you go aftermarket, and there's some really good aftermarket stuff out there, but at some point, my own preference is to have the OEM, the original M Performance stuff. But I think for this car, I'm going to go with the OEM route with that. So let's see what the CS spoiler looks like today. See, it comes with the adhesive tape. This is the first one I've seen anywhere.
You can't get these anymore.
Can't get it. And I don't suspect anybody's gonna be able to get it. That is gorgeous. I am so happy.
It's the real deal.
Look at that. See? Real deal from Germany. And that's real carbon fiber, dry carbon fiber, not some wet process. Get it done. Okay, so in times of trouble, I take my mind away from the world and I do a little M2 love. You know, everybody, you know, just hoping that everybody's peaceful and gives peace a chance, you know? But anyway, look at that. Here at the local high pressure car wash, and it's a pretty popular place to do the car. $5, you get 12 minutes worth of time, and you have a brush, which I would never use on this, and you have the high pressure wash, and they give you some kind of cheap soap or whatever, and then you put your tokens in there and you work away, and you just have a great high pressure wash. And I like that because I don't want to ruin, you know, the paint finish. It's bad enough I've got to be uncovered. I don't want to do anything. So let's start it up.
What you're looking at there is the northern side of the...
Okay. And I don't want to hear the radio, you know. I'm going to put it into my alternate profile. What I did was I set my alternate profile, and it'll adjust my seats. My seats just moved. It'll put on, I guess, the radio stations that, you know, that I've pre-programmed at that time. I think, yeah, look, it's got, well, I guess what I want there. But anyway, and once it lights up, I'm going to be going into, for a startup, it's going to be in M2 mode. So I have it set for Sport Plus and comfort on the steering and MDM off, so I can hear the exhaust open up. Let me open up the window, see if we can hear it from the cockpit. Damn, that is nasty and loud, man. Love it. I don't think there's any reason to, like, put on the M Performance exhaust, really. It just sounds good. So, I don't know. Some people don't like the sound of the S55. I'm fine with it. So, I guess I'll leave it. Let's see what we're doing over here. We'll check out our vehicle. Just to show you the M-Drive 2. You see how I have it set here? Oh, actually I got my steering in Sport Plus. But I can reconfigure that. We'll put it in Sport. I like to have a little less precise as I'm driving around locally. Sport Plus engine. It's all good. And that's the second M-Drive setting. My first M-Drive setting, you can see how I have it set. Now I could change it all up and around. Since I'm not doing any track, I'm just going to leave it like that. And we got all kinds of settings. Look at these iDrive settings. Okay, so all your mobile devices and everything. I went over that and covered it in the last video. And here's my vehicle status. So I'm going to check my tires, but you have to drive to do that. And then you can run through the menu and check all your levels. So oil, do a check control, all systems measure okay, no spun crank hubs, you know. So anyway, that's something I wanted to talk about, the spun crank hub thing. I can't say I'm a firm believer. I'm a believer that when under warranty, none of us want to be shifting bucks from the pocket to their pocket or anybody's pocket, you know? So I want a reliable car. I want to make sure that whatever it is that I buy, I'm covered for at least a period of time, just to cover, you know, in case. When I get to the end of my warranty, that's another story. At that point, it's anything goes. You could sell the car. You could really modify the car. You could put a tune on the car. And that's probably what I would do. You know, look to make things better, improve things. You know, because the car depreciates, and as it wears, I also believe that whatever parts, you know, or repairs you make, you should replace it with better than what you've had stock, better than original. my Jeeps and my other cars, anything I wanted done right. So as I wait at this busy intersection, what I feel is it's too soon when under warranty to take a chance and mess with the great almighty BMW. That would be unwise, truly unwise, because these train techs will know when you have done what you have done, and they will not only, wow, people are testy today, they will certainly pick up any failures or replacement attempts, and I just don't think it's worth the risk of voiding out your warranty. But if you don't care about that, then man, there are so many great channels and really, really cool guys that, you know, are YouTubers here. I watch their channels all the time. I wish that I had the guts enough, really, to go and do that, you know, and do those mods. But until that warranty is, I kind of feel like I gotta be a little more careful. But even more than that, and this is after owning the car for 6 months, I'm not a racer, you know, although I appreciate a great handling car. I do my driving on roads, and I do it safe, and I don't think I have the need to go overblown, with the exception of something unique, you know, to do something really different, you know, with the car, to make it better. And it just, as much as I want to, it doesn't outweigh, I think, the financial, you know, risks or practical risks, you know, in my financial position. If I was able to throw the cash around, you know, a little more freely, I probably would do it, you know? And I respect completely, and I know about it. So here's the thing. It's pretty much what you're hearing. If you really don't care about throwing the warranty out there, then I think that's what you should do. You know, I think you should go and make your car unique and better and more powerful. But if it's something that your personality or your wallet can't handle, don't be too tempted. The M2 is freaking great the way it is, out the box, and it does everything that you want it to do out the box. But, you know, I'm gonna have to put it on the track at some point. I mean, I'm gonna have to push it a little bit. And from what I understand, when they push them down at the performance center, they don't worry about the spun crank hubs, and I know that those cars take a beating down there. I think I'm gonna go with that, just for now, till the warranty's up. Hey man, been nice talking with all of you. I hope we get to do some more M2 talking, you know? Peace.